That was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
I'm Rosalie Bradfield, moved to Somerset East in 1979 from Johannesburg as a nursing sister, and at present I'm a DA counsellor.
I'm A.B. Smith. I'm a retired educator. I'm born and bred in Somerset East.
I'm Cynthia Stoffel, born and bred in Somerset East. Everything, I've done it here. Married and everything was from here.
I'm Henry Science, current principal of Johnson Northern Senior Secondary School here, coming from Arable, my previous years, and born in Transkei, Maclear, but raised here in Somerset East.
I'm Alison Brown. I've lived in the Somerset East district for 37 years as a farmer's wife. Come from Pietermaritzburg in KwaZulu-Natal originally.
My name is Sylvia Lugugwana. I'm a senior facilitator at Luvuya Special Day Care Center. I'm married with children, and I'm born and bred here at Somerset East.
I'm Janet Tellian, and I came to live and work in Paulette Street, just down the road here. I cook dinners.
I think the situation now is that, unfortunately, when we talk racism, we automatically say whites are racist. But racism covers the divide. I'm very sorry, but we have a tremendous amount of racism and anti-white feelings, coloured anti-black feelings, black anti-coloured feelings, and so on. I'm not talking about individuals now. I'm talking about generalization. And I really feel that this is the case. And we've got to stop looking at whites only as being racist and look inwardly and say, but I'm also racist here.
But I want to say that I live here in Paulette Street, and my neighbours are a coloured family. And when I first moved in, I thought, oh, this is cool. You know, I'm living in an integrated neighbourhood. Well, it became very clear to me, I'm quite a reclusive sort of person, you know, I tend to go, but that there is no socializing between different race groups. I don't think. It's certainly not ordinarily so. I don't know everything about everything, but I observed that. So I think that, but it's easier in Cape Town, of course, there is.
But when I came to Somerset East, which was in the late 70s, 1979, I must say there was a big divide between the English and Afrikaner here. Excuse me. And there was a definite divide between the coloured and the black communities and the white communities. I don't think that the vast majority of people didn't understand what was going on in the black and the coloured communities at all. And I think I was one of the few white people who actually ventured into those areas quite freely, and I was quite happy to do it. And, you know, I mean, someone would say to me, but there's no one in Somerset East that goes to bed hungry. Simply because people just had no concept of what was happening on the other side of the Worcester Street, basically.
I think racism still exists, and it surfaces at certain levels. And you know, it opens up old wounds, especially if you are treated in a certain way, or your children is being treated in a certain way, and marginalized. But I think really there's a big movement, because as I said, this Paulette Street, I was in the big brigade, and we had to stop at William Oates to play our bands, to be quiet when we come up here. The two doors is still there at the butcheries and whatever, but we are going in at one door. Our children don't understand these things, and we don't try to explain to them. And I think that is sometimes older people is still trying to bring our children back into a mindset that they will not understand.
Since 1994, many things have changed. I can just say, when I was at school, I used to be in one of the groups that we're learning how to cope with not having electricity. At the end, nowadays, there is almost in each and every street or town or household electricity. Furthermore, the education that they are getting now, we were struggling a lot because you couldn't even find the TVs or any equipment that can lead us to something that we needed. At the end, we succeeded in that. Learning from those groups we were having at that time.
You know, Somerset East is a place that everybody is one. Yes, live out racism, but we learn to live together. And there is a change, really. Before, we were afraid of, you see, mixing with white, but now, at least, there is communication in between us. And now, you know, in my center, when I come to the town, and I said, okay, let me go somewhere in town, they just asked, how do you cope in speaking with, white people? I said, no, the way I'm speaking and my face, it differs most. If you compare me and her, my face and hers will not be the same when I'm speaking to you. I speak my language, and she will hear the one thing that we both say to her. So when I'm speaking, maybe there's a glory of the way I'm exposing myself as compared to her. So I don't know, maybe I aspire in Africans.
I'm probably going to be shot down here, but to a certain extent, racism is a natural thing. And it also, it's a difficult thing to describe, but as I said, when I was teaching at Johnson Ngqongqoza before 1994, some very good friends who were fellow teachers there. And if I saw them in the spa and we gave each other a hug, people would look at me sideways. Now I can hug Zozo and nobody, well, maybe still a few people look at me sideways, but it is a far more acceptable thing to chat to her in a public place like that and catch up and just talk to her as I would any other friend.
Somerset was not naturally a racist place. You know, we grew up with just about everybody. We had blacks living next door to us. We had white friends. My father grew up with white friends, and you know, they were mixing. We used to go into the location any time of the night, and we used to go to parties there, and we all knew one another. I think the devil in this whole thing is politics. Party politics has started to emphasize racism, which I suppose existed there, but I, for one, didn't feel it because I had friends in all communities, and so did my parents. And I was really hoping that this opening up of schools would change the situation, you know, like children of all colors going to Gill, coming to Arrowville, and I know from my own children's schools, that's where the youngsters learn to get along. They see that Rosalie with a white skin is the same person that I am. Might be a bit richer or poorer, but we are all the same. And I still hope that this mixing in the schools, mixing in the workplace, will change the mindset of people.
I used to tell my white colleagues, if we're in a meeting or a church meeting or what, if you see me in Spa, just be as friendly as in that meeting. We don't want to be nice and closed, because that is hurting a lot. For us that is not whites, And if I can put it like that, it's hurting a lot. But to give recognition outside, and you be friendly, hello Henry, as you were in the meeting or on a closed where we are sitting now. It's very good. It's very good, but sometimes our people feel that if someone is with his friends, he'll shy away. So there's still bridge builders needed.
So we'd be jolly stupid if we looked at someone and said, I don't see that you're a female and you're white or you're black. I mean, it's a natural thing. If someone starts to speak, we automatically realize that they're German or Afrikaans or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. The thing is not to look at that person then as being bad or different simply because they don't speak the same way as you do. So, politics it comes into everything, and I agree with Amy totally. Unfortunately, the politicians emphasize racism to divide. You know, divide and rule, that's basically what is happening. It's divide and rule. We've got to stop that and realize that we're all South Africans and we're all here, and if we do work together, we're going to make certainly a much better country.
Good children, we're mixing at schools, and the cream of our children, they go out, they're well educated, they've mixed, and now the towns miss out. A town like Somerset lose those children who can influence, who can effect this change. But now they're lost for the town. And this is why we won't really change, because we're not getting these children, these educated new elite back into the town to make a difference in the town.
Let us, the ones of us that grow old here and is stuck here, we create opportunities to get them back. Even if it's, and we don't attach it to anything, just come back. And just, platforms like prize givings, we are working on that now, prize givings, farewell functions, or something, get them back. Or sometimes, source back, get the drain back. Because really, that is so true. I made a decision to come back to my hometown and invest here. Because I want to retire here. And I want to invest in these young people that must not disturb me when I'm retired.
My dream certainly for this area and also for my children, that they have a place and a future in South Africa and in Somerset East. It's wonderful to have a situation where people come back and stay here.
My dream is that there will also be, in a small town like Somerset East, be a future for our young children, so that they can come back and invest in our little town, in their own little town, and not only in the cities.
My dream is those children that we are bringing up can be very powerful and know exactly what they want in life.
My dream is to see everyone's potential unlocked for the good of this town, for this country, and for their fellow men.
My dream is that my family, my children who are in South Africa, look forward to the future positively, and that we all feel that South Africa is the place where we want to stay.
My dream is to see the people with disabilities be able to stand for themselves and their families really to take care of them. And to see Luvuyo be on the map of Somerset East and the whole world.
My dream is that my digestion lasts me through my old age and death.
You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.